now call to order the 150th graduation of Palmer College of Chiropractic West in San Jose, California on this 20th day of September 2019. Dr. Makani Liu, Palmer West professor, will present today's invocation.
Please stand and join me in spirit for this invocation address. Let us saturate. I give thanks to you, God, for your perfect guidance, unconditional love, and ongoing support. It is truly a joy to be here, to be celebrating together today at this graduation. Bless those who have made this day possible, all the organizers and volunteers, and professors and families and friends. I especially ask you, Divine Spirit, to bless these future doctors. Please inspire them to practice discernment, compassion, confidence, and integrity as chiropractors. Please guide them to clarity in their diagnostic and treatment abilities. Help these young doctors find happiness and success in their professional ambitions. Fill them with grace so that they are inspired to act in ways that is for the better good of their patients, their families, and their communities. And may each graduate be a blessing to those whose lives they personally touch. Thank you, and may it be so. Amen.
Be seated. Thank you, Dr. Liu. Welcome and good afternoon, everyone here. My name is Dr. Bill Meeker, and I'm the president, as well as a proud graduate of Palmer College of Chiropractic West. And I'd like to welcome all of you, families, friends, special guests, and others to celebrate the commencement of our 150th graduating class, right here to my right. This year marks the beginning of my second decade as president at my chiropractic alma mater, this particular campus. Palmer College of Chiropractic was founded in 1897 and is regarded as the fountainhead of chiropractic education. Palmer College West was founded in 1980. One of my greatest joys as campus president is the privilege and honor of presiding at these quarterly graduation ceremonies. While each commencement is pretty similar, every time I step up here I feel a definite sense of pride, knowing that these soon-to-be doctors right here will become the next group of Palmer graduates to raise the bar, write the next chapter, and take the profession to new heights. From one graduation to the next, the chiropractic profession continues to evolve and expand on a global scale. Due to the growing demand for the unique services of doctors of chiropractic, those services that we provide as primary care professionals for spinal health and well-being. We're in the midst of a healthcare revolution, and what makes many of these advancements particularly satisfying is the obvious leadership of Palmer people leading the charge. And I'm just going to share a few examples if you'll bear with me here. Not long ago, I was invited to speak at a special workshop on integrating chiropractic services into worksite health programs sponsored by the National Association of Worksite Health Centers. And it was hosted here in San Jose by Cisco Systems, a large corporation, and they did it for other large companies in this very area to educate them about their experience with chiropractic. Now, I'm pretty optimistic by nature, but if you told me 20 years ago that one of the largest tech companies in the world would host a workshop to discuss the integration of chiropractic into worksite health centers, I'd have said Donald Trump had a greater chance of getting elected president. So much for my wisdom. Dr. Dan Lord, a Palmer West alum, was one of the first chiropractors hired by a prominent, quote, social media, unquote, company in Menlo Park, whom we can't identify by name here, but you would know if you saw its face. And we know their employees really like their chiropractic care. In fact, demand for chiropractic was so great that the starting team of 2 DCs has grown to 7, and 6 of them there are Palmer West grads. Corporate health centers are just one example of the growing number of multidisciplinary settings in which chiropractic care is now routinely provided. Expansion has been driven by 3 key benchmarks: clinical effectiveness, cost effectiveness, and patient satisfaction. And research now has shown that chiropractic hits all of those domains. Also driving chiropractic emergence, sadly enough, is the opioid addiction crisis afflicting this country in epic proportions, which, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, resulted in more than 70,000 drug overdose deaths in 2018, of which nearly 50,000 were actually attributed to prescribed opioids. National media are recognizing the public's changing attitudes and approaches to managing chronic pain. In fact, Time magazine referenced results from one of the 4 Palmer College Gallup Organization surveys in a recent article, and it was entitled, "Here's Why Most Americans Prefer to Treat Pain Without Drugs." That was 80% of the respondents, by the way. U.S. News and World Report also recently noted, and I quote, "As health systems and health officials work to stem the flow of prescription opioids, the shift in approach to pain management places a new spotlight on non-pharmacological approaches such as chiropractic," unquote. As the most well-recognized non-pharmacologic health profession, as they say, doctors of chiropractic are well-positioned to help combat one of the most catastrophic healthcare epidemics in our country's history. Another example of Palmer College leadership is in care provided to our active and retired members of the military. In response to demand by veterans, Congress authorized the Veterans Health Administration to begin providing chiropractic care in 1989, and since 2004, chiropractic services have been included as part of the standard medical benefits available to all enrolled veterans. Palmer College alumni and students are involved in this care in a variety of ways. Palmer West alumnus Dr. Anthony Lisi has served as director of the chiropractic program at the VHA for over 15 years. 2 current Palmer West faculty members, Dr. Robert Walsh and Alex Schilke, provide care to the Veterans Administration facility in Palo Alto, one of the largest in the system. Plus, students at each of our campuses have the opportunity to gain valuable clinical experience in these multidisciplinary settings, working alongside other healthcare providers that have an opportunity then to learn so much about the value of chiropractic care. And just yesterday, this article, which I happened to bring with me, was published by military.com, which is a website devoted to military-related news and very widely read by many people. And here's the lead-in, quote, "A decade after being asked to study how chiropractic care may increase fitness among troops with lower back pain, the Department of Defense has submitted its report to Congress. And the answer? It works," unquote. In fact, it goes on to say, earlier this month, Acting Assistant Secretary of Defense for Manpower and Reserve Affairs, James Stewart, sent a final report to Congress on 3 clinical trials conducted in the last 10 years at military facilities that were conducted by the RAND Corporation, by Palmer College of Chiropractic, and the Samuel Wiley Institute. The $7.5 million set of studies was ordered under a law that was passed in 2009, in fact, so it's been a while. And they say that, quote, "Based on the results, the investigators concluded chiropractic care improves key fitness characteristics among active duty service members with lower back pain and could lead to improved military readiness in such individuals," unquote. I think that's amazing. So as my chiropractic career in Palmer Association enters its 4th decade now, that's how long I've been around, I can tell you this: Palmer College doesn't just graduate great doctors, which we do. It graduates great doctors with skills that extend well beyond their clinical competencies. Palmer graduates are leaders and visionaries. From one generation to the next, Palmer grads have advanced the availability of chiropractic care to patient populations even the most optimistic members of the profession once thought unattainable. And there's more to go. As today's class completes this journey from orientation to graduation and become the newest members of the Palmer Alumni Association, I can proudly say There are great opportunities out there for you, and the future of the profession is in great hands. As we head into 2020, an historic year that marks the 40th anniversary of Palmer West, as well as the 125th anniversary of the chiropractic profession, I can state with pride and confidence that these students here will make a difference, they will change lives, and they will make the world a better place every day in many, many ways. I'll have another chance to do this later, ladies and gentlemen, but I'd like to tell you right now, congratulations. Please accept my congratulations for having the high vision, the common sense, and the good taste to join the chiropractic profession. You are the future. Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. I know we're here to celebrate this group of students, but before we go on, I want to recognize another group of achievers who are equally deserving of praise and recognition for their collective role in enabling these students to reach the graduation stage today, and that would be the outstanding faculty at Palmer West campus. They're praiseworthy for many reasons. They have a very high responsibility, not only to our students, but also to the chiropractic profession, to the future patients of our graduates, and to healthcare in general. Our faculty, and they're sitting right down here, day in and day out are required to provide the highest experience possible for doctors, future doctors of chiropractic. And this faculty mission, which is the mission of all faculty in higher education, is truly the overarching purpose of the institution. And our faculty fulfills their mission well with distinction and dedication. So would our faculty please rise for recognition. And there are two additional groups who are also worthy of great praise and recognition. First, our families of our graduates. During their years in school, our graduates have distinguished themselves academically and through many co-curricular activities. But without the loving support of their families, these achievements certainly could not have been possible. So, if you're a spouse, a partner, a parent, or a child of one of our graduates, or more than one of our graduates, please stand and be recognized. Chiropractic is the third largest organized healthcare profession, with approximately 80,000 practicing around the world, of which about 1/3 are Palmer grads actually. In addition to patients they serve, many also maintain leadership positions, and they contribute vitally to the advancement of chiropractic. These alumni are the reason that the Palmer name has been synonymous with the highest standards of patient care for more than 100 years, and why Palmer College is regarded as the trusted leader in chiropractic education. So will any Palmer College grads in the hall today also please rise for recognition. And finally, before we proceed with today's ceremony, we would also like to acknowledge individuals here today who have served our country. So with all veterans who are active in the military in attendance, whether you are a graduate, family member, or friend, or anyone, please stand for recognition as we thank you for your service. And now it's my honor to introduce Dr. Greg Snow, West Campus Dean of Academic Affairs, who will now present the valedictorian and salutatorian honorees in today's class. Please welcome Dr. Snow.
Thank you. B.J. Palmer, the developer of the chiropractic profession, often stated that chiropractic is head, heart, and hands. B.J. recognized that doctors of chiropractic must use their head, hearts, and hands to master the science, art, and philosophy of chiropractic to best care for their patients. We now present special awards in recognition of the ideals these three words represent for the chiropractic profession. The head is recognized through a series of awards acknowledging the academic achievements of students who have excelled throughout the course of their educational experience. The heart is recognized through the Virgil Strang Philosophy Award for a student's passion and philosophy of chiropractic. The Hands Award, or Clinical Excellence Award, honors the student's outstanding patient care delivery. We begin the program with the presentation of our highest academic awards, honoring the valedictorian and salutatorian of today's graduating class with meritorious medallions. Would you please join me in honoring the valedictorian of the 150th graduating class, Molly McFarland. And the medallion for the salutatorian in today's graduating class is presented to Nicole Casper. These students have uniquely demonstrated the scholastic and clinical proficiency in which our administration and faculty take great pride. Congratulations again to Molly and Nicole. Dr. Brian Nook, West Campus Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, will continue this portion of the program with special acknowledgement of the members of today's graduating class who achieved academic honors.
College would like to recognize the members of the 150th graduating class who have distinguished themselves during their educational experience at Palmer College West Campus. The gold cords that adorn their graduation gowns recognize their achievement of graduating with academic honors. The purple cord signifies their induction into the Pi Tau Delta International Chiropractic Honor Society, the oldest and the most distinguished honor society in chiropractic education. To receive this recognition, students must have a cumulative GPA of at least 3.5 upon the completion of the program. The Doctor of Chiropractic curriculum is long, rigorous, and very challenging. Those students who are able to navigate it while maintaining a high GPA is to be accommodated and for this achievement. Please join me in recognizing the members of today's graduating class graduating with academic and Pi Tau Delta honors. Students, if you would, please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Graduating with summa cum laude and Pi Tau Delta honors today are Nicole Casper, Molly McFarland, graduating with cum laude and Pi Tau Delta honors today is Joanna Holleran. And Chante Watson. Congratulations, students. Job well done.
It's my honor now to present the Presidential Scholar Awards. The Presidential Scholar Award is presented to members of the graduating class who displayed the highest level of academic achievement by making the Dean's List, that is with the GPA 3.5 or above, in each and every single one of the 13 quarters they attended Palmer's West Campus. Due to this high standard of the eligibility criteria, this award is a uniquely impressive achievement, I think you would agree, and an honor that we don't routinely present at graduation, in fact. So it really fills me with great pride to present the Presidential Scholar Awards this year to 2 distinguished members of today's graduating class. Would you please join me in honoring our Presidential Scholar honorees, Molly McFarland and Nicole Casper. Congratulations. Our next award honors the memory of Dr. Virgil V. Strang, longtime Palmer College Davenport professor and its 7th president. He passed away some years ago, but he has a unique and honored place in Palmer College history. His long and distinguished career spanned nearly 50 years as a philosopher, anatomist, teacher, humanitarian, and a practitioner. And I'm proud to say that Dr. Strang was a mentor, colleague, and most importantly, a friend to me. He was equally respected by students and colleagues for so passionately exemplifying the philosophy, commitment, logic, and reasoning of the practice of chiropractic. Please join me in saluting the Virgil V. Strang Award recipient for the summer 2019 graduating class, Shantae Watson. So now proceeding with the honors portion of our program, Dr. Snow will present the Clinical Excellence Awards on behalf of Dr. Kyle Prusso, our new Palmer West Dean of Clinics, who has served as chiropractor for the Oakland Raiders since 2005, and in fact today is in Minnesota as the Raiders prepare for their game against the Vikings this Sunday. Go Raiders.
Go Niners. The Palmer Chiropractic Clinics are the venue for the clinical portion of the student's educational experience, where they apply the skills and knowledge developed during their first 2 years of the Doctor of Chiropractic program to the care of patients in our clinics. It is my honor to now present the Clinical Excellence Award, which recognizes the member of today's graduating class who best exemplified the skills and qualities expected of a Palmer chiropractor during their internship experience. When selecting the Clinical Excellence Award recipient, our team of clinical professors considered the following skills and qualities: patient evaluation and diagnosis, chiropractic techniques and rehabilitative procedures, patient-centeredness, service, and professionalism. Would you please join me in recognizing the Clinical Excellence Award honoree for the summer quarter 2019 graduating class, Michael Richard. Job well done. Robbie Butler, President of the Associated Government, will now present special awards on behalf of the ASG.
Thank you, Dr. Snow. Good afternoon, graduates. On behalf of the student body, I would like to congratulate each of you and wish you nothing but the best of luck. I can honestly say that you will be truly missed. You have had a large impact on our school and our lives. It has been an amazing experience working with some of you, and I am extremely confident in all of your futures. I'm here to present a few awards, the first of which is appreciation for former Associated Student Government officer for his dedication and commitment to our student body. While he wasn't successful getting everyone to call him the money man, he took it upon himself to revolutionize the way our student government handled their budget. His term as ASG treasurer oversaw plenty of amazing events while always working under budget. His future is bright, and every student walking the halls today now has benefited from the system he has put in place. Please help me thanking the money man, Elon Green. Lastly, I have one special award to present, and that is the Fellowship Award. The Fellowship Award is unique in that it is the only award voted on by the graduating class. This award honors the person in the graduating class who has demonstrated a commitment to the class and the profession. I can honestly say this quarter's recipient has not only looked out for the best interests of her class, but many other students throughout her stay at Palmer. This is the person who has shown selfless leadership and will often put others in front of herself. It gives me great pleasure to present this quarter's Fellowship Award to my own former intern, Nicole Casper. Now I'd like to bring up the President of the Sports Council, Yannick.
Hello everyone. As Robbie mentioned, I'm the President of Palmer West Sports Council. Sports Council is a student-run organization that attends athletic events in the Bay Area, supplying chiropractic treatment to members of our community. With the help and guidance from our faculty advisors, supervising clinicians, and many of the students before you have managed to treat hundreds of athletes throughout their time at Palmer and gain clinical experience that can only be attained through extra hours outside of the classroom. It is my honor today to recognize two students that were selected to serve on Palmer West Sports Council and ACE Sports Council Executive Board. It is through their selfless dedication, hard work, and passion that Sports Council has remained an invaluable opportunity for Palmer West students. Graduates, please come forward to receive your award as a cognate. For the first recognition, I'd like to bring up SACA President Ren Burton.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ren Burton. I'm the president of the Student ACA chapter here at Palmer West. The ACA, or American Chiropractic Association, is the largest professional chiropractic association in the United States and attracts the most principled and accomplished chiropractors. The students who choose to become involved with the ACA learn not only how to become great chiropractors, but how to become great leaders. Yannick and I are pleased to be honoring such a leader today. This individual was not a member of the executive team here at Palmer West, but rather with the ACA's National Sports Council. This Sports Council oversees every council chapter throughout the accredited schools within the country. Her hard work ethic and perseverance has inspired the future leaders within our campus walls to do the same.
From helping plan conferences for 30 or so schools in the Sports Council programs or getting up at 5 a.m. in the weekends to treat patients, she was always present with a huge smile on her face. Our Sports Council has been tremendously lucky to have her share what we do with every other school and allow us to continually have a target on our back for being the gold standard in sports chiropractic. Ladies and gentlemen, 2017 ACA Sports Council Social Media Director, 2018 ACA Sports Council First VP, and 2019 ACA Sports Council President, Shante Watson. Our last member is someone I've looked up ever since I first met her at Palmer. Whether it's from helping with classes she took the previous quarter or teaching me the role of president, she was always willing to point out the obvious and help out. She was an awesome friend, mentor, and an impeccable leader, loving the exemplary student in this intensive program. She dedicated her time and effort to keeping Sports Council thriving, especially when she started sixth quarter and took over the role of president during the hardest and most demanding section of this academic program. She is someone you could always count on to show up to events. Whether she was doing soft tissue for 10 hours, adjusted patients from 6 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon on Thanksgiving morning when she already had plans to celebrate with fans and family later that day, she always said yes to help and never complained. I have to admit though, it was always a good thing to have her say yes, especially when we were low in numbers, because that meant Alon would also be present to help out. She always had a special skill at events to find how to make a bad situation into a good one, and making everyone keep their calm in the process. Personally, I can't think of numerous times where she was able to keep me in line and preventing from making a bad situation into a catastrophe. From planning parties, meetings that were not at 6:30 in the morning, fundraising, she would always find a way to make things work without having anyone to guide her. As a president to a former president, I personally want to thank you for all you've done. You will be truly missed by everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, 2016-2017 Social Committee, 2017-2018 President, and 2018-2019, Joanna Holleran. Finally, the main reason why Sports Council is able to keep doing what we do and continue growing is because of our team. And what I mean by our team is every single member that has participated in events and sacrificed their own time on weekends in order to help us put together a team and make an impact on our community. I'd like to take this moment to personally thank the entire 150th graduating class for your involvement and contribution to Sports Council. On behalf of Sports Council members, clinicians, and faculty advisors, we wish you the best of luck in your career and feel confident that each and every one of you will have a positive impact on the profession of chiropractic. I will now pass it over to President of Campus Guide, Manny Wong.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Yannick mentioned, my name is Mandy Wong, and I'm the president of Campus Guides. The Campus Guides are some of the very first faces that the prospective students and their families meet when they visit Palmer West. These guides dedicate their little free time to help many students find their way to Palmer to begin their chiropractic journey. Today, I'm very excited to be recognizing 2 graduates for their outstanding service to Palmer West as Campus Guides. Our first graduating guide is Alon Green. His love for representing the chiropractic profession and his positive influence on others has made him an excellent guide. Not only does he take time to answer questions from prospective students, but he always is willing to answer questions about the daunting CCEPs and clinic with fellow guides, aka me. Alon also comes up with the hard-hitting questions during the Campus Guide interviews, such as, why are tennis balls fuzzy? Or, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? Alon, your energy and sense of humor will never be forgotten. Congratulations. Next, we have Joanna Holleran. She's dedicated Campus Guide and one to be admired. She's an enthusiastic and hardworking person with everything she involves herself in. We can always rely on Joanna to volunteer to make flower bouquets that are sold here at graduation. She practically has it down to a science. Without her, I'm not really sure how they'll turn out for the future events. Joanna, you're an incredible team player. Your commitment and leadership within our group will be missed. Congratulations. It has personally been an honor to watch both of you develop into the successful chiropractors you have become. On behalf of all Palmer West Campus Guides, I wish you success in all your future endeavors. We look forward to hearing all about your accomplishments. Congratulations again.
It's now time for the valedictorian address. So if you would please give a warm welcome to our valedictorian, Molly McFarland.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm going to try to attempt to do this class justice. On behalf of the 150th class, I want to thank all of the people that have made our time here at Palmer excellent, to the friends we have made along the way, and to the faculty and staff who have took the time to build relationships with us. Your wisdom, kindness, and passion have inspired us to become the chiropractors we are today. To this beautiful, perfect class, what can I even say to describe them? It is always a brave decision to continue your education, and it is a blessing that we all ended up at Palmer in the summer of 2016. From the first quarter party on the first Friday night of the first quarter, I think we all knew it was going to be a special journey. We are so fortunate to all be around a similar age, except Nick. How old are you now? Just kidding. I have never met a group of people willing to roast each other 3 days after meeting one another. We were always applauded for how close we all sat together in the classroom, but it was never a conscious choice made by any of us. We all genuinely just wanted to sit together. Also, a shout out to those left of the back rows. To our always entertaining, organized, and lovely class rep and salutatorian, Nicole. Okay. Who happened to be my roommate all throughout our time at Palmer. The difference in our GPAs was .01, and she just had to go and get a B at one of our last classes, so she didn't have to do this speech. I love her very much. Before each exam, our wonderful Michael would remind us how you do on this test does not reflect who you are as a person. That saying got us through some really dark times, especially going into Dr. Doe's cardio final. I could go on and on about this special class and try to describe the beautiful relationships we have made in our past 3 years, but I think if you have had the pleasure of meeting any person in this class, you know how wonderful they are. I am beyond thankful for Palmer for bringing us together. Thank you again to everyone involved in this journey for creating this passionate, empathetic, and genuinely amazing group of friends and chiropractors. These relationships we have built will last a lifetime, and I know each of us feels so lucky to have been a part of the 150th class at Palmer.
Thank you, Molly, and congratulations on a job well done in a very timely fashion, too. So, it's my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker for today, Dr. Ashley Hook. Dr. Hook is a native of Arnprior, Ontario, Canada. I'm not sure I pronounced that correctly, by the way. She attended Carleton University in Ottawa, just a few miles away. She graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree with magna cum laude honors in 2010, majoring in biochemistry and bioscience. She subsequently earned her Doctor of Chiropractic degree from New York Chiropractic College in 2014, receiving multiple special honors, including induction by Chi Omega Chiropractic Honor Society, the Distinguished Accomplishment in Diagnostic Imaging and Clinical Diagnosis Awards, and the Lorraine Welsh Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence. Following her graduation from NYCC, Dr. Hook completed postgraduate residency in diagnostic imaging at Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College in Toronto, and she received her diplomate from the American College of Radiology in July 2017. By completing her 3-year residency, she also taught anatomy and radiology to students in the Doctor of Chiropractic program there. Palmer West was very pleased to add Dr. Hook to our faculty in 2018, and she now teaches portions of her diagnostic imaging courses as well as gross anatomy labs. She also teaches postgrad courses and was a speaker at this year's Palmer West Homecoming program. While her faculty position melded Dr. Hook's passions for radiology and teaching, as well as a fascination with the structure and biomechanics of the human body that first intrigued her as a young child, Dr. Hook also considers herself a lifelong learner. And earlier this year, she earned her Master's of Science degree in Human Anatomy and Physiology from New York Chiropractic College. From one quarter to the next, Dr. Hook certainly inspires her students with a passion for knowledge and the pursuit of clinical excellence. So would you please join me in welcoming today's commencement speaker, Dr. Ashley Hook.
Graduates, family, friends, and guests, it is a great honor and privilege to stand before you today as your commencement speaker. I began teaching radiology at Palmer West in February of 2018, and can you guess who my very first class was? Yes, that's right, this amazing group of doctors sitting to my right. We sure had a lot of fun, didn't we? I mean, what part of sitting through 100 lecture hours, 30 lab hours, answering 690 multiple choice questions over 3 courses of diagnostic imaging doesn't sound fun? I had a great time, and I thank you all so much for that. You've all worked tirelessly to arrive at this thrilling moment. Over the past 3.5 years, Palmer has been your nest, helping you build your knowledge, your skills, and your vision. There has never been a better time to enter the national healthcare field. The level of education you have received at Palmer is unparalleled. The pure volume of clinical information and research data available is larger than ever. Here is the call to action. There has never been a greater need for principled, evidence-driven integrative national healthcare than right now. And there has never been a group of doctors more equipped to meet this challenge than each and every one of you. Modern medicine has made great advances in infectious disease, surgery, imaging, genetic testing, even diagnosis with artificial intelligence or AI. In the medical model, however, every patient complaint is addressed with a test, a surgical intervention, or a pharmaceutical. Yet the level of chronic disease, pain, and stress has never been higher. Patients are searching for safe, effective approaches to help with their illness. And you, the graduates of summer 2019, are uniquely positioned to meet this call with your clinical skills. You will be challenged along your path, challenged to use your leadership, skills, and service to create the healthcare of the future. And I encourage you to use these challenges to push the limits of your potential. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it is outside of your comfort zone where you will grow and evolve the most. Doctors, we need you in the dark places and in the quiet places. We need you where no one is listening and where others refuse to see. You have chosen to put yourselves on the front lines of some of the most important battlegrounds today. Whether you know it or not, by taking up the profession of chiropractic and health, you have put yourselves on overwatch. You are now the sentinels, the guardians. You're basically the Avengers. Anthony, did you bring your cape? Okay, good. You need your superhero cape, so we can discuss which Avenger you want to be later on. Your responsibility is as crucial and as enormous. It is far-reaching, and it is as close to home as you can possibly get. This is the life that you have chosen. As you launch your career today, ask the question, where can I offer my expertise in national healthcare to have the biggest impact? Be a pioneer by bringing your knowledge, skills, and vision into new healthcare venues and to new patient populations. Here is my personal moonshot list. Access to chiropractic evaluation for newborns in the hospital. Nutritional consultations as part of routine primary care. Natural healthcare providers, including acupuncturists, nutritionists, and chiropractors on the staff and in the leadership positions of every medical institution. I challenge you to find a way to breathe a new life into your personal moonshot list. As we know, the opioid crisis claimed over 70,000 lives last year, and that is in America alone. This crisis calls for an all-hands-on-deck approach to solve it. There's an enormous opportunity for natural healthcare to address pain and inflammation. It's nothing short of miraculous that several governors recently pushed through legislation to mandate that health insurance covers chiropractic, acupuncture, and other comprehensive non-pharmaceutical approaches to pain management. It is ironic that this public health crisis has created an opportunity for a truly integrative approach to healthcare. The opioid crisis, as well as the growing burden of chronic disease, creates an opportunity for all of us. It is the opportunity to serve the needs of patients and help collectively create the experience of true healing. Helping patients heal from within, now that's our wheelhouse. And each of you have the power to drive this shift from within. Here is my challenge to you, graduates of summer 2019, as you launch your brilliant career and grow your knowledge, skills, and vision. Serve your patients first and foremost. You have so much to offer. I don't have to tell you that pain is only the tip of the iceberg of what you can offer your patients. The latest research shows that the limit of human longevity is about 115 years, yet the average lifespan is just under 80 years old. So there's a 35-year gap. Clearly, how we age will matter more and more. Each and every one of you will contribute to the Healing Longevity Project by expanding not just the lifespan of your patient, but their health span. You will likely spend more time with your patient than they spend with any other healthcare provider. This creates opportunities to serve your patient's highest interests and ensure they have the best healthcare team around them. And for you, this creates a beautiful practice and a fulfilling professional community. As healthcare providers, it's important to nurture our communities. Today, let's start with the friends and family who have supported you on this tough but rewarding journey, culminating in this merited celebration. Each of you have accomplished so much, and you couldn't have done it without their support. I invite all of us to take a moment right now and give your friends and family, those who could be here in person today, and those who are sending well wishes from home, a heartfelt round of applause. When chiropractic feels daunting and overwhelming, remind yourselves of the countless people who believed in you. And when in doubt, remember that the hands and the eyes of your teachers are right there with you and will always be there for you. Throughout your career, I invite you to tap into another central community. Look to your left. Look to your left. Look to your right. Thank you. These are the colleagues who know what you've been through and can help you inspire you on your path. It's easy to let your school friendships lapse. I challenge you to nurture them because as the practice years roll by, these relationships will be worth their weight in gold. Check in on each other. Celebrate each other's accomplishments, no matter how large or small. Even more importantly, don't fall into the habit of just saying, everything's great with me and you. Be the person who can lend a supportive shoulder when things aren't great, or at least not great yet. Collaborate and build relationships with other healthcare professionals. Join the Palmer Alumni Group and the state, provincial, and national chiropractic associations. Go out and find your people. And if what you find doesn't resonate with you, go out and create your own professional tribe. Graduating from Palmer is a huge milestone. You have invested in the highest level of professional knowledge, and as lifelong learners, your knowledge will continue to grow. Perhaps the most important investment I'd like for you to make now is in your own personal growth. When starting a practice, it's natural to devote most of your time and energy to achieving professional and financial success. Here is my advice to you, dear graduates. When envisioning your goals in future life, paint your vision with a wide paintbrush. Include self-care like exercise, meditation, laughter, relationships, and sleep. Create time for travel and adventure. Spend time in nature. Include art and music in your life. Read professionally, but read for pleasure too. Take chances and push the limits of your potential. Remember that getting started usually just requires a few seconds of insane courage. Spend time taking chances. Remember that you need to include time and energy to nurture your spirit and nurture your family and friends. Celebrate your successes, and more importantly, celebrate the successes of others. These are the things that make life even sweeter. Remember that happiness is a choice. You will find that life in the healing arts is beyond rewarding. And finally, my hopes for you as you begin to embark on the next chapter of your lives are as follows. I hope you maintain a continuous desire to expand, deepen, and transmit your knowledge as healers. As you continue to grow and learn as doctors, you will confront situations that force you to think of the world in terms that aren't simply black or white, right or wrong. You thus must find beauty in the gray area and revel in the nuances and complexities that make chiropractic an art. It is never simple, but simple is not what you signed up for. While in chiropractic school, you were taught to think like doctors. I hope that as you go out into a world so in need of kindness and healing, you don't forget to think like human beings. Maintain compassion at your core, because in the end, the practice of chiropractic is a deeply personal and human experience. It is a delicate and demanding art where the end result of chiropractic practiced well is a renewed life for your patients, free from pain, suffering, fear, and anxiety that any illness may burden them with. I also hope you will feel it incumbent upon yourselves to treat even the non-biological issues of the world, identifying yourselves not only as doctors after today, but also as activists, peacemakers, ambassadors, innovators, or philosophers. And above all, that you become artists, always pushing the limits and your dreams of what chiropractic can accomplish. I know that you all have a bright future making a difference at every level of society. I am so very proud of each and every one of you. So with all of my heart and my hat, congratulations. It is an honor and privilege to call you my colleagues. Now let's go push some limits and make this world a better place.
It is my pleasure to present the 150th graduating class of Palmer College of Chiropractic's West Campus for the conferral of the Doctor of Chiropractic degree. Will the candidates please rise?
Well, upon recommendation of the Dean, faculty, and graduation committee, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Palmer College of Chiropractic and the State of California, I hereby confer upon you all the degree of Doctor of Chiropractic and all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining therein. Now, Dr. Thomas Miles, professor, will read the names of the graduates as they cross the stage to accept their diplomas, and Dr. William DeMontier, a professor, will turn their hoods. So let's prepare to do that. Okay. Molly McFarland. Nicole Casper. Anthony Gallipomeledis. Elon Green. Co-presenting Elon's performance today is his mother, Dr. Jennifer Green. Joanna Holloway. Sean McTaggart. Nicholas Hayden Munn. Michael Tal Risher. Representing Michael's diploma is his wife, Dr. Kristen Risher. Ashley Ann Taylor. Shantae Irene Watson. Representing Shantae's diploma are her parents, Dr. Marcy Watson and Dr. Kevin Watson. Students, please rise if you haven't already. And prepare to take your chiropractic oath. Please repeat after me. In accordance with the chiropractic principles of the art, science, and philosophy of chiropractic, and in consequence of my dedication to restoration of the sick to health, I promise and swear to keep, to the best of my ability and judgment, the following oath. I, repeat your name, will adhere to the code of ethics espoused by the chiropractic profession. I will observe and practice professional conduct in relations with my patients, my colleagues, myself, and my profession. I will seek to preserve the integrity of my profession and help it to grow in service to the benefit of all humanity. I will serve my patients to the best of my ability, violating neither their confidence nor their dignity, and in my association with these patients, I shall not violate that which is moral and right. I will provide regimen for the good of my patients, according to my ability and my judgment. I will regard and refer to my fellow doctors with honor and dignity, giving credit for their dedication and commitment to the profession. I will continue to improve my knowledge and skill and be sincere in my resolution to justify the responsibility which this degree symbolizes and imposes. So will the students of the 150th graduating class of Palmer College West change tassels? Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, we're not a huge audience today, but I know you can do better than that. Let's do it one more time.
I now adjourn the 150th graduation convocation of Palmer College of Chiropractic's West Campus. Audience, please remain seated as the doctors and faculty exit. Following the processional, families and guests of today's graduating class are invited to join us for our commencement reception in the foyer outside of the theater. On behalf of the administration, faculty, staff, and students at Palmer's West Campus, thank you for attending today's ceremony.